happy hour with Maestro Tim. I am said Maestro Tim. And my goodness, can you believe it? This is our 52nd episode. It is the last of the season and the last of the pandemic. So it's only fitting that my guest to help me with this entire episode is going to be Dennis Green, General Manager of KCCK, because he can actually do this for a living. He's actually good at it. So Dennis, welcome. We did this already about a year ago. You were my first.
I was kind of the pilot episode guest as we were trying to figure out if this was something that would actually work. And of course it did extraordinarily. And we discovered, I think, something that we didn't know about Tim, but that wasn't a surprise to anybody that knows him or has been exposed to him, in that he's curious, engaging, and just fun as all heck to hang out with. And I think that everybody has learned that.
That's very kind. We all know it's the booze talking. So who's our first guest?
Well, I think that we are going to welcome the composer of the song that you just heard. Go ahead and have a seat here. Dr. Steve Shanley from Coe College, who is also the director of the Cedar Rapids Municipal Band, band leader extraordinaire, and you heard his composition, which has become very familiar to all of us watching and listening to these Happy Hour with Tims. It's the theme song to Happy Hour.
So, welcome, Steve. Steve, you gave me the best present ever. Everybody deserves a theme song, and thank you.
Well, it was nice to have something to do during the pandemic. I sadly did not have a lot on my plate when you asked for that. So, I went home and wrote the poor man's Johnny Carson theme song. I thought would be right up your alley.
That is perfect. Now, what's with the facial hair?
Well, that was one of those things that when we started the pandemic, I thought, well, I guess I'm not going to be shaving for a little while. And then as it turned out, my wife liked it and wanted me to keep it. And, well, that was the end of that discussion. So
we're going to be hearing you intermittently tonight. So introduce the band.
Yeah, well, this is, I was thinking about that on the drive over. This is combining all of my favorite things. I've got my good friend Rodney Pearson, who he and I have played together with for decades now, my student, Louis Clayman, on drum set, and my daughter, Vivian, on bass. So get to have the work, the family, and the friends all together for this gig here.
Well, I can't thank you enough. We're on a tight schedule because we're going to have people phoning in every 5 minutes or so, but I want to hear your work, actually. Let's
you got it. Let's do it. Here's a little Corcovado.
So as he's going back to the band, just start whenever, because we're in two different rooms, for those of you who don't know. You and he are kind of like the people who keep things going here. I mean, you guys are involved with everything. Is he involved with Jazz Under the Stars as well?
Always,
yeah.
Yes. Whenever I need to put together a large ensemble or just need some advice on who would be good to work with, Steve Shanley is the person that I call. Steve is also a member of the board of the Jazz Educators of Iowa, which is the statewide organization that supports high school jazz all around the state.
So with that, let's listen to them. So, Ann Carter just saying, yeah, real applause. Isn't that amazing? I was actually getting kind of emotional earlier on as actually people were coming in to see this room actually come alive. I mean, this is the first live event in a year and a half.
It is, yeah. I'm surprised at how affecting it is.
Yeah.
You'd think that just like everything else, you felt a little funny maybe the first time you walked into the grocery store without a mask after you'd been vaccinated, but by the time you got to the frozen peas, you were over it.
Yeah.
But yes, getting to be, and I have had the opportunity to see some live musicians perform. Well, here I've been in the room for First Friday and things like that. But you're right, having an audience.
This is kind of weird to the social graces. I mean, it's going to take a while for us to say, okay, how do we say hello to each other now? Do we fist bump? Do we elbow touch? Do we shake our hands? Do we hug? And it's all kind of sort of, I don't know yet. So what are you drinking, by the way?
Oh, well, this is delightful. It's the Lions Bridge compensation.
That's excellent. I think Mike Kovach is in the audience. He's been dogging me for a year about my lousy Czech. And so I'm going to try it again, and he can come out and see if I did it right. Dobrý večer, which is what? Good evening, right? Right? So did I pass the test, or am I fired? I'm hearing applause.
The door has not flung open, so I think we're okay.
I do not hear booing. So we are waiting for our first guest to come in. We do have, I'm seeing the thumbs up. That's great. I'm also want to remind our studio audience, if that's what you can call them, that to have fun with the party cam. So we have that cutout outline.
Yes,
of me.
the life-sized Tim.
Yes.
And and you should feel free to abuse that in any way that really you please.
So tell me a little bit, can you tease us a little bit what's happening this summer with Jazz Under the Stars?
Well, Jazz Under the Stars, or as we've taken to calling it, the Bruce Moore Orchestra pre-show, looks like that's going to happen in August. We're going to be in Knowledge Park. We have actually the same 4 bands we tried to bring in 2020. They've all come back, and they're all great favorites and a lot of familiar faces for people up and down the corridor. We've got the Eric Thompson Quintet to lead off. Then Soul Sacrifice, who have played the First Friday Jazz, featuring Denny Redman on piano, who is probably in the chat room right now, unless he is off fishing someplace. One of Iowa's best kept secrets, of course, is guitarist Craig Erickson, who has toured Europe multiple times and also regularly has music that's performed on shows like Chicago Hope and Netflix movies and things like that. He is bringing a quartet that I think is going to be a little bit more jazz-based than the blues and bluesy jam band stuff that he is famous for. Very excited about that. And then perhaps most fun will be a somewhat rare public performance by the Iowa Women's Jazz Orchestra, which is an all-female jazz big band. They've made some performances at education conferences, bandmaster things, and things like that. But we're going to get them out in front, and you're going to see the top women jazz players in the entire state. And they do come from all over the state to participate in this band. And that is going to be a great capper to Jazz Under the Stars. Thanks for asking.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was also wondering, because when we were manufacturing or creating our program for this year, I mean, some of the programs that our audiences will see this year are sort of recycled from last year that we couldn't perform. Some were adaptations, and some were just like wholesale new programs. But we did keep as many commitments to our guest artists as possible. So that clearly sounds like you've done the same. Do you anticipate anything with social distancing or anything like that?
We'll just rely on people to be smart and be comfortable. We're outdoors, of course. Knowledge Park is a great place to spread out, and we anticipate that. And by August, who knows what our vaccination rates will be. But yes, we'll be doing that same thing. Do we hug? Do we bump? Do we fist bump? Do we shake hands? I think it's going to be, we're all going to be figuring that out for quite some time to come.
And with KCCK? Now that the students are graduating, what's the environment like there?
It's been Hall throughout the course of the pandemic. A lot of courses went online. A lot of students were participating in person, of course. The particular area of the campus where we are has always been online classes. So most of those classrooms were just strictly online. Teachers would be teaching from home and things like that. But we took a lot of precautions early on. We gave each of our announcers their own microphone, and then we also would switch studios. So we do 4 hours in this room and then 4 hours in the other room so that we could let the air exchange a little bit. And as of today, we haven't had a single COVID case amongst our staff. So we're very pleased about that.
So I'm looking in the chat room here, and some people are saying they were having difficulty hearing my voice. First of all, my question is, those in the studio audience, can they hear me through my microphone by applause? Because I can only hear you through the door.
Or are you just hearing him through the door?
Oh, yeah, exactly. People online, can you hear me better? I think we took care of that. Well, we are still waiting for our first online guest. I knew I got a confirmation from Zool Bailey, so I'm hoping that we were able to get him the right Zoom connection.
I'm on, Tim.
You are on. Oh, I had no idea. Aha! Oh my God. Okay, Zool, how the hell are you?
I'm hanging in there. How are you doing?
Oh my God! So I was waiting for this to pop up, and it just didn't. So we've got Michael Doherty online. We got Zool Bailey, and we have my cousin Adriana Lebedovich, who is a violinist from the Calgary Philharmonic. Welcome everybody. Hello, hello, hello. What are you drinking, by the way?
Who are you asking?
All. We've got what? Cherries?
Crab apples, homemade crab apple vodka.
Oh, crab apple vodka, atta girl. That's what I like. Did either of you come armed, Michael or Zool?
Iced tea.
Iced tea, Zool.
Well, I'd like to say this is vodka, but it's water. It's a little
So
too early.
So where are you calling in? Zool, are you in Alaska or are you
I'm in Sitka, Alaska. You can't really see, but the mountains behind me. I'm in Sitka, Alaska.
right? Michael, you're at home. I can tell that's your office.
Cedar, yeah, I'm in my studio in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Hello, Zool.
Michael's showing off all of his Grammys.
I know. Hey, by the way, I got to show you. And before I go on to this, Adriana, where are you? You're in the middle of nowhere.
I'm just south of Bragg Creek at Moose Mountain Horseback Adventures, where I board my horse.
So what lodge? Is that your home that you're in, or where are you?
This is the guest house. So when you come for a pack trip, you stay here before and after the trip. So
Well,
I'm just upstairs where there's cell service and it's quiet.
I wanna thank you all for joining me. So Michael, this is for you. After you were one of my first guests, and we all know that you're a Star Trek fan. This was the mask that I've been wearing for an entire year. So now that the pandemic is leaving, I'm gonna see if I can maybe frame it and sell it. You too, for a bargain price of, I don't know, $300. Capture Tim's bad breath in art form. There you go.
Hey,
Oh.
Tim, I had a question. When William Shatner did the live show at the Paramount Theater, which I attended 2 or 3 years ago, afterwards there was an autograph signing. He charged $25 a autograph.
He did.
And were they taking photos, or did you have to pay additional to have a photo taken with William Shatner?
Oh no, he was a businessman. You had to pay extra. Oh,
Because
yeah.
I don't have a photo of it, and I thought they were taking pictures, but
Oh, are you asking me if I can go into the archives and get you one?
yeah.
So quickly, Zool, what's going on for you this summer? And have you ever performed in Calgary?
I think I have played in Calgary.
Yeah.
I
Well,
can't
next time-
remember. I can't
Next time you
remember
do,
anymore.
you've got a friendly face.
I haven't played with the Calgary Symphony, but I believe I played a recital there.
Okay.
But everything's going well. I'm running the Sitka Music Festival right now. I arrived 2 days ago. I've been on the road for a month. I've been traveling a lot this year, as you know.
Wow.
But audiences are distanced inside, reduced numbers, but really emotional. I'll bet you each concert I have about 3 or 4 people breaking down and crying in the middle of concerts. And I hope it's not my playing. I think it's them, being
I can-
back and being together.
Michael, do you
So-
think you're going to visit Cedar Rapids in time this summer?
Yeah, yes, I'll be driving through. I'll be in touch with you. I have a new work being premiered by the Omaha Symphony
Okay.
for the League of American Orchestras convention, January. Where are we? June 13th to 14th. I'll be driving through. I'll give you a call.
And you know what? I will let you buy me a drink. That's the kind of guy I am.
Okay.
Adriana, I want you to shame Carissa, our other musician cousin, for not making this. So throw a little shade on her and then give us a pandemic toast, and I'll let you guys go. I'm so delighted and honored that you took the time to say hello, and also to point out the obvious that I wasn't on Zoom when you guys were waiting patiently. So Adriana, you've got the final word.
Well, at least Carissa has a good excuse. She's playing with the National Arts and Orchestra. They're actually in person today. So I feel like that's a pretty good excuse for not showing up. I got to do a recording, and my concert was presented on Saturday, this past Saturday, and it's available for 30 days on the Calgary Phil website. I got to play a brand new commission, a Ukrainian folk tune, and Orange Blossom Special. So
Awesome.
that was tons of fun.
That is so Canadian.
Oh, I know. Well, I never thought that I'd get a chance to play something traditionally Ukrainian on a CPO concert. So that was awesome. But here's to hopefully being in person again on concert stages with conductors. I cannot wait for that.
Okay,
day
I've
to
got
come.
30 witnesses in the room behind me. You said with conductors. That is probably the only time I'm ever going to hear a musician say that. You were about to say, Michael.
Yes, could you just quickly introduce the audience, the connection, that how we work with Orchestra Iowa? Because lots of people may not remember, like Zool playing.
So everybody knows that Adriana is my cousin, and Zool, of course, was here my goodness, 2 years ago, you performed Tales of Hemingway, which was a commission shortly after you won your Grammy, by the way. And of course, Michael, everybody in town knows who you are. And so that is sort of how we all came together. So with that,
All right.
I've got to let you go because Steve Shanley's got to play a piece before we get our next round of guests. Zool, well, thank you. Well, I'll
Cheers.
talk later.
Nice to see you, Michael. Take care. Bye, Adriana.
I owe you some bourbon. Take care, Michael. Adriana, have a great time. Cheers.
Na zdrowie. Thank you.
Zdrowie. All right. I kid you not, you actually dialed on just as the band was finishing this last number. Welcome. How are you, sir?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting a little lag there, but I'm happy to see you. How's it going?
Now, actually, I'm happy to. It's going great. I'm happy to see you too, but I think you stole some of my audience members.
Uh-oh.
Are they around?
Oh, well, one of them is on a plane. The other one is making it possible that I can see you right now, which is to say she's taking care of the baby.
We can't get a chance to see both?
Probably
no, not.
Because they're eating right now. I'm gonna feel it out, and if I hear like things closing, then I'll bring them up. But I think they may be preoccupied.
Connor, I don't suppose you're going to be making it out here during the summer now that things seem to be lifting up. I mean, obviously, your home is from in Iowa City.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my parents were just here. My dad left today. My mom leaves tomorrow. And there was a brief chat about maybe coming out there in the beginning of June, i.e. like in the next week or so. Not possible for a variety of logistical reasons. But I think I'll probably see my folks out in California, which is where I'm teaching and playing this summer.
That's Ojai, right? The Ojai Festival?
The Ojai Festival is next
excuse me.
next summer, but I'm there at Music Academy of the West, which has been my summer home for the last few years. So So I'll see them soon, but I won't be to Iowa probably until next fall.
Wonderful. Last time we spoke over Zoom doing this very thing, it must have been, I don't know, was it before Christmas or shortly after? It was in the winter-ish months.
Yeah.
So what has happened in the last 6 months? I mean, have things started loosening up? Have you been doing more live performances or just more sort of recording, streaming stuff like everyone else?
I think since we last spoke, and maybe this was like the omen of our conversation, which was like one of sort of lamenting all the things that have happened in the past, but also being very hopeful about what was upcoming. But yeah, things like started kind of opening up and starting to bloom in my life a little bit, especially like the last few months. Like I've been, dare I say, busy, which feels like a strange thing to say in these times. But yeah, like workshops and rehearsals and concerts, some online, some recording, some live. It's all starting to sort of awaken in New York, which is, I mean, you like can't even describe it, because you think going into it that it's something that is going to remain kind of routine in your life because, hey, it's like what we do, right? We like rehearse an orchestra, we get in front of an audience and we like make music together. But there was something about acclimating with the experience of music making that was like very, very deep and kind of emotional, where you realize that like what we do is not routine and that it's very, very special, and that when you lose out on it, there's something that kind of dies along with you, and then when you reawaken it, it's just been like such a joy, to put it plainly.
But now you have a new kid, so that's a new normal. Is that's not exactly routine, is it?
Not routine at all, but he's great. He just goes with the punches, and as we all do, as we're forced to do. But he's a total joy.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, he's obsessed with my mom at this very exact moment.
Hey,
everything that he does is like, my mom is Nana to him, and so he will say, "Oh, Daddy, look at this thing," and then immediately like shift and be like, "Where's Nana?" and then like go off to her. So, which of course has made her extremely happy.
Well, I tell you what, we have our next guest on deck, Zlatomir Fung. Have you met Zlatomir Fung yet? Incredible cellist, great guy.
Oh, amazing.
But before he comes on, I've kind of joked that this whole event is kind of like a very high-class drinking game because we're actually making our audience toast every 5 minutes. So I'll give you the last word as you sign off. Toast the end of the pandemic and force my audience to buy more beer.
I will happily do that. I am drinking a local brew called Tools of the Trade from Industrial Arts, which I will happily toast to you, Tim. Very nice to see you.
Good to see you. Cheers.
And cheers to the end of this total hellscape that we've all been through, and to much music making and art making and togetherness in the future. And I can't wait to see you and have the chance to make some music together soon too. So cheers.
Well, cheers. God bless you and come home soon, okay?
Cheers, definitely.
Cheers.
Have a good night.
Take
Cheers.
Care. Okay, as Connor signs off, I know that Zlatomir is standing by, and there he is. Now, Zlati, you have to unmute yourself. Thank you so much. Hey,
Maestro, how's it going?
Doing absolutely great. I'm so glad that you said that you took the time. Now, are you about to travel? Because when we were going back and forth about tonight, you weren't sure. You might have actually been in an airport at this time. So what's going on in your life this very minute?
Sure. Well, I just got off the plane a couple hours ago, and I arrived in beautiful La Jolla, California, and I'll be here for 1 week to play a few recitals.
Right. Are you doing mostly recitaling now? I would imagine that's the case, because orchestras are still socially distancing, or did you have some weird concerts as well with a small orchestra?
Well, back in March, actually, I did the first concert that I had done that involved traveling in over a year. I went to Seattle to play the Rococo Variations with the Seattle Symphony.
Right.
And
you probably played it a couple times.
But yeah, that was a smaller orchestration. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so what is your future looking like? I mean, last time we were speaking, there wasn't much work out there. You were bragging that you were learning a page a day of something. I can't remember what it was. So tell me how that went. And now, what does the next six months look like for your life?
Oh, well, yes, it's been it's been a very, very long year, but it's also in many ways been a very fulfilling year too. And the project that I was telling you about, I finished it, and I also did it again. I did it again with a different piece just this past month. So
I got to tell you, brilliant people like you just like put me to shame. I just like, God. So what were the pieces that you were working on, by the way? Because this is pretty heavy duty stuff you were doing.
So yeah, back in September, I was doing the Hindemith cello concerto.
Mm-hmm.
And then this past month, in the month of May, I was doing the Kabalevsky second cello concerto, page a day, pretty much.
Okay, and now I'm gonna ask you this question, and you can deny answering this because we only have 30 live people here who will witness your answer. The Hindemith, was it worth the time?
I'm on the fence because I think the piece has merits to it, and I also think that it has pedagogical merits to it.
Yep.
That I felt like I learned a lot in the process of trying to play the piece.
Well, as I've always said, learning Hindemith is nothing but a license to print money. So Joyce Young is about to come on here. So I want to thank you so much for helping me with this project this year. Joyce, by the way, have you ever met Zlatimir Fung, Joyce Young?
Oh, hi.
The two of you have got to start working together because, oh my God, brilliance meets incredible genius, and good things can only happen. So, Zlati, why don't you sign off by toasting the audience again to make sure they lift a glass to their lips?
Sure. Well, I don't have an alcoholic beverage right now. I just have some sparkling water. But
that's okay, because my audience does, and half an hour, things are about to get stupid. So this is okay.
Yeah. So cheers to the end of the pandemic and the return of great live music.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Lottie. We'll see. Our paths will cross again one day soon. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Now I wanted him to sign off first because I didn't want to say this in front of Zlati because you're my favorite, Joyce. You are. Joyce Young, you have my heart. So last time we spoke, oh my God, the last time we spoke was, I think, the first time we used Steve Shanley's theme song for this show that I do. So that was almost a year ago, I say. So tell us in 5 minutes or less, what has happened in your life since last we spoke?
Ready, set, go!
Go! Yeah.
Well, I think my life has been pretty much just like the other musicians, just trying to stay active at home, doing whatever virtual projects we can find, and learned a whole bunch of new Rachmaninoff. I play all of the 24 preludes now. That was like my, gotta learn new music while I have the time. So I did that. And
that is unbelievable. Oh, by the way, there's somebody who's very near and dear to our hearts from Cedar Rapids. Her name is Laura Yusiskin. She was the former principal cellist of Cedar Rapids, and then she had a child, and she's in your town, and you hang out with her every once in a while. So can you please send us our love? And when was the last time you saw her? And what's her little kid like?
Oh, I only met her daughter. Now she has, I believe, 2 kids.
Oh
I haven't met the latest arrival, but I've met her daughter. It was before. Were we wearing masks? We weren't wearing masks. So I think it was before the pandemic, I'm afraid.
Wow.
And I'm sure a lot taller.
So I have to tell you, I am so excited because next season you're coming to play Rachmaninoff Third Piano Concerto. I'm going to be all smiles, You're probably going to be concentrating a lot more than I am. I tell you, that is sort of your party piece. Why Rachmaninoff? I mean, clearly, if you're doing all the preludes, last time you were here, you performed the Paganini variations. This seems to be your milieu.
Well, it's the Rachmaninoff concerti just became my favorite thing over the years. I remember loving it when I first played it. I think my first Rachmaninoff was the Paganini Rhapsody. And I learned it as like a 13-year-old, and I thought it was the most fabulous thing ever. And I still agree. And it's really one of those pieces that's amazing. Some things just don't get old or boring. It's equally as exciting. And
this probably makes no scientific sense, but I want to compare handspans here. Okay, put your hand up against the camera here. I want to see. Yeah, see what? Watch this. Watch. There we. Ah, my God.
I think she has 6 fingers.
She has 6 fingers. You have to have 8 or 12 or 52 to actually be able to play Rachmaninoff. But Joyce, I can't wait. It's been far too long, and I'm so sorry we were not able to get this done last year, but I'm so glad and excited that you're coming this year. So it's your turn to sign off with a toast about the pandemic and to say hello. I've got 30 people, by the way. You might be able to hear them. You know what? I'm gonna challenge my audience if they're paying attention right now. You're gonna have to cheer really loudly for your sound to come through the door so that Joyce can hear. But on the count of 3, I want the audience to say, "We love you, Joyce." Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's the sound of a live audience, isn't that it?
oh my goodness, I love it.
Okay. Now give us a toast and get off the air.
I can't wait to make music, live audience, live musicians, so much drama in Rachmaninoff, so many gorgeous movements. Cannot wait. Be well till then, and I will be very busy working on all those gnarly notes in this great concerto. Can't wait.
Mwah! We'll see you soon. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
what are we doing? You're gonna. I'm just gonna.
My best friends here. I've got conductor Adam Flatt, who's the conductor of the Oskaloosa Symphony. I've got I've got Scott Freck, who's the executive director of the Eugene Symphony. These guys know where the bodies are buried. We all basically started our careers together. Adam, you wanted to share something with my audience. I've got a live audience back here. Now is your chance.
Oh, do you? Yeah, it's good to see everybody. I'm excited to be here with Tim, but I'm especially excited to be able to speak with you today about an exciting new timeshare opportunity.
Everyone say no. Say you're not interested.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna prove to you that I've got a live audience. And I got to tell you, it's kind of an emotional thing to see live people and live music and applause. So I'm gonna ask the audience on the count of 3 to say, oh God, what can I say that's well, just say hello, Scott and Adam. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
You can't fake that kind of enthusiasm.
You can't fake that in kind of because, by the way, we've been drinking for a good 47 minutes now. How about you?
It sounds like a bunch of European soccer hooligans.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
because that's what we do in Iowa.
I know it.
Okay, so what are we drinking, guys?
Speaking of live people, I'm going with my son right after this to a live Major League Baseball game. So I'm not drinking yet because I'm going to be hitting a couple of beers here in a bit when I get to the ballpark.
Excellent.
Adam is wisely keeping some powder dry for later. I like it.
Yeah.
And first of all, Adam, hi. How are you? It's been a long time.
Scott Freck, yes, I remember you. It's been
thank you. I'm sure
many decades.
It's been a while. To answer your question, Tim, I'm drinking a lovely single malt whiskey made up in Portland that is aged in stout casks. This is calling your name.
Very good.
It's really good.
Very good. Okay, so my audience right now is completely lit, and I've got some other guests coming on. So I want, could each of you give us a toast and force the audience to drink twice?
Adam, you go first.
Scott, we'll start with you.
Yeah.
Damn it. To everyone out there who has made it through this last year and 3 months, hopefully unscathed, hopefully with your loved ones all with you. It's coming to the end of this, I think, or at least it's the beginning of the middle of the end of this. And we can't wait to have orchestras live in our concert halls, in our outdoor venues, wherever you may consume such great things. Can't wait to make music and enjoy it together soon. Cheers. Cheers. That was the worst toast ever.
Okay, no, Adam's coming. Your turn, Adam.
So, that's why you had me go first.
we're drinking twice then, right?
That's right. Yeah, you're up.
Okay.
Batter up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you live music.
There we go. Now, speaking,
ladies and gentlemen, I'm not done, Hankowitz. You said twice. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you real hugs.
Okay, very good. You've redeemed yourself. Now, both of you get the hell offline because a real musician is about to say hello. So all the best.
Good.
Love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Kevin. Good to see you.
See you, Scott.
All right, see you, Adam. Keep in touch.
Kevin, I'm so sorry that you weren't able to join. We just lost him. Oh, there he is. Kevin, I'm sorry we weren't able to get you live. I want you to say hello to everybody in the room.
What's going on, everybody in the room?
We are drinking heavily.
I'm right here with you. I'm hanging out with my friends here at Q Dogs Barbecue.
Excellent. Can you say hello back to them from Orchestra Iowa?
Absolutely. I'm actually performing right now, man.
Oh, God. Well, we'll wait. Go ahead. We'd love to hear something. Give us a little something.
I got you. I'll set up. Y'all can hear me okay? All right, let's see. What I got here? Wake up, baby. Time to Wake up, darling. How the time you to have to go? Y'all to come your daddy, he don't look real happy now. Coming up yonder road. Wake up for me, darling. How the time you to have to be? Wake up down the time you to have to be. You know your daddy done told you more than one time you can't be coming down here and hanging around with a man like me. Now, baby, you and me both know we ain't done nothing wrong. Problem is, we've been doing nothing how to just about all night long, so wake away. Cause it's time to have to go. I say, yonder come your daddy, he don't look real happy now. Coming up yonder road. Now, baby, you and me, we just have a little fun. Problem is, your daddy coming real fast. He always got that gun, so wake up, baby. Big time you leave. You said, don't want my mama have a beat about what your daddy about to do to me. Now. So wake up, for me, baby. Wake up, little darling. Oh, wake up, baby. That was time. Oh, my, you got to go. I say, y'all to come your daddy, he moving real fast. Y'all to come your daddy, he don't look happy either. Y'all to come your daddy, oh, I hope he walk right past. Y'all to come your daddy, baby, walking up down the road. Well, all right.
Love you, brother. Love you, brother. Take care. Hi. Oh my God, it's Lisa. We got Mark Stouffer Hunter on the line with us as well. Cheers, baby. How are you? What are we drinking today?
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers to you.
Cedar Ridge, man.
Cedar Ridge, that's the only way to go. Mark, happy birthday to you, Mark. It's your. How old are you today?
Big love, everybody.
Big love to you. Mark, how old are you today?
Mark, you're muted.
Oh, you'll probably have to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Sorry.
56 years of history.
Excellent. Okay.
No, Mark, we've been doing this for a year. There's no excuses.
So, any viola jokes?
Anyway.
Lisa, we miss you.
Thank you. Miss you too.
So, God, this has been so long since we've been in the same room together. When, what does this year look like for you? Is concerts coming back online? Is there less social distancing? What's it looking like?
Well, it's hard to say because we'll really know until the fall. But yes, things are starting to come back.
Good.
I don't know what they're going to look like yet. The last concert I played was 25% capacity in the audience. And the musicians were still masked and we were still, our own stands and about 6 feet apart. Yep. So I'm not sure yet how that's going to look in the fall.
We're launching a new opera festival in Chicago in July and August. So 3 weeks of live opera, and we're on track to have restrictions eased almost completely. So
wonderful. So Mark, we'll start with you. Give us a toast. Well, actually, first of all, we should toast you. I want everybody in the audience, there's 30 of us here, to raise a glass to you, Mark, and say happy birthday. I want the crowd to say happy birthday on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday.
That's proof that we actually have a live audience for you.
They do sound live.
We only have like a 3-second delay. Okay, Robert, I miss you, but I miss you a ton, man. God, you were here what, a month ago, 2 months ago?
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember. So, have you decided what was your favorite bourbon? Because you brought a ton of them.
You know, I like that rabbit hole. It's
The Rabbit Hole bourbon. I concur. Number one.
Taste, but,
Yep. Okay. Okay. So, can you and Lisa toast the audience? Because right now we're really baked. We've been doing this for an hour now.
Well, sure. I have two quick toasts. The first is to you, Tim, because if anybody could figure out a way to make a living out of drinking, it would be you. I'm so proud of you, buddy.
Thank you.
But I want to toast you. I want to toast Jeff, Ed, Blaine, the entire Orchestra Iowa staff. This has been a real bugger of a year, and you guys have done an amazing job, and I'm so proud of you. And you're setting the course for a great next season. So, cheers.
I love you, brother. Come back soon, okay? And bring the bourbon with you. We're hearing some applause, by the way. Okay, now get offline. We'll insult each other privately later. All right. Take care and happy birthday to you, Mark. Thank you for joining us for this special occasion. Cheers. All right. I'm not sure if we have one more online.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, we do. Where are you, Branford? Okay.
You don't see me?
I don't see you.
Oh, it's acting crazy. Hold on a second. I think I know what it's doing. Video. Oh, yeah, that's me. Sorry. How's that? How's that?
We have a live audience here who's just absolutely going crazy for you. Oh my God. A live audience with real music. God, I've been
great.
I've been tearing up. So where are you right now?
I'm in my basement in Durham, North Carolina.
I also wanted to say just the other day, 2 weeks ago, I saw Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. And I want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
That was awesome work. You wrote the soundtrack to that. Has anybody told you might actually have a future in music?
No.
I'm just thinking. Yeah.
No.
So you were the very first one of the very first people I interviewed. So it's been almost a year. A lot can change in a year. So what does your life look like now?
The same, really.
Yeah. You've been teaching remotely, or is it now in person?
Well, school year's over.
Right.
It'll be in person in September.
Mm-hmm.
I was optimistic throughout the whole thing, and I'm playing a couple of concerts. I played with the Charlotte Symphony 2 weeks ago. I'm playing with the Omaha Symphony next week.
Wonderful. Which concerto? Or are you doing
Williams.
your own stuff?
The Williams.
Excellent. Excellent.
Escapades.
Yep.
And I played the Ibert 2 weeks ago, and I'm pretty sure that when you haven't played for a year, that's not the piece you want to start out with. I have empirical evidence to prove that fact.
So what are you drinking? Because last time it was bourbon.
I know it should be bourbon, but I was rushing to get down here. Alas, it is only Perrier, but I'll make up for that.
Well, cheers to you, love. I am just so honored and touched that you would even, when you even just texted back to me, I just thought, oh my God, you must not have much to do in your life if you're actually
enough with that
with me, man.
Maestro.
Well, I'll tell you what, because we've got 30 people watching right now, so I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to ask you a question. Hopefully you'll say yes, and privately you can then later tell me to go to hell. But
okay.
Right after we had our interview, one of my best friends here wrote me a theme song for this happy hour show. His name's Steve Shanley. Mm-hmm. It's really fun. It's really great. And one of our future projects is he's going to arrange it for big band. Now, if I send you a bathtub full of bourbon, could I bribe you to lay down a solo track in the middle of it?
Oh yeah, that's you. I'll do it. Of course.
Okay.
You don't need a bathtub full of bourbon for that one.
Okay, you are on, and I am. Oh, and by the way, say hello to your wife. Is she upstairs as well?
She's upstairs. She can't hear us.
Well, tell her that Orchestra Iowa loves her too.
Orchestra Iowa loves you too. It's just like normal. She said nothing. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, would you be kind enough to sign off by toasting the audience and the end of the pandemic?
Can I go get something better than this? Can you give me a minute?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I can't toast with that. That's
that means our audience has time to tank up too.
There you go.
So what do you want to talk?
Just got to burn up a little time here. Just waiting for Branford.
That's why you're here. You are a professional at eating up time. I am not.
Well, you were totally right to call him out about Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, because that was a spectacular movie, and the music that went with that was just amazing. Of course, that was the final Chadwick Boseman's final performance.
That's
was in that playing the trumpet player in the band. Yeah, it was just astounding.
Yep.
Well, what a great hour this has been.
This has been amazing, and now we can watch an empty screen of Branford's basement. I mean, television does not get better than this.
Tim Hankowitz and Branford Marsalis's basement. So, Tim, I know that you have threatened. Of course, we're hoping that everything will get back to normal as much as possible next year. But tell me what the future is going to be. Well, here he comes.
Whistle Pig.
Whistle Pig, you brought out the big guns. Very nice.
It's the Whistle Pig 10. It's not the big gun. Anyway, what are the plans for the future? You're not ducking that question.
Well, I was just going to ask what the plan was for the future of Happy Hour with Tim. I think that we have all really gotten used to being able to hang out with you like this, and is this going to go away at the end of the pandemic?
Listen, an earlier guest and a friend of mine said, I'm the only person who can figure out how to make a living by drinking. And I'm thinking, I ain't letting this gravy train stop. So absolutely. Yeah, as for the future, I think I'm counting on September essentially being a normal year. I don't think we have any plans for social distancing. We're programming as though and going ahead as though it's a normal year. So knock on wood. And so hopefully our lives will cross artistically in the near future. I actually, the offer still stands, because the last time we spoke, I said, if you're ever passing through town, because you go on tour with various groups all the time, I need to cook you dinner.
You got it.
I need to cook you dinner. All right. So what are we drinking, and what's the toast?
You asking me?
Yeah.
The toast is to Maestro Tim Hankowitz and the Orchestra Iowa. We're back.
I love you.
We're back.
Yes, we are.
We are back.
We are, baby.
Cheers to that.
Can you hear the applause?
Yes, a little bit. But that was for you, not for me.
I know. I just like, oh my God. It's like so beautiful.
Hey, we're back.
Branford, I can't thank you enough. Thank you for taking the time, just dropping in and saying hey. And my goodness, by the way, did you get my last bottle of Cedar Ridge? By the way, when I sent it,
I got the hooch.
Okay. Okay. Do you want another bottle, or do I have to buy? Do I have to send more expensive stuff?
Oh, hooch is hooch for me, man. I'm from New Orleans. We like drinks.
You are on, and a bottle is on the way. And a matter of fact, the person who will buy it for you, is my next door neighbor, Cam Campbell, will be happy to pay for it. So cheers to you, sir.
Cheers to everyone.
Until next time.
Take
Love
care,
you, babe.
guys. Bye-bye.
Take care. Cheers. Well, that's it. That means that Steve Shanley is on. And now it's his show. Steve, take it away.